Now then, game 3 we go. Violetta spawning on 2-story. It seems like we're gonna go for the batter. Batter against Vio. It's really 50-50. Very similar to Sandra here as well. I think it just really depends on the player's skill level themselves as well and proficiency with the character. But we're gonna move towards the other side. We're gonna move towards Lantern Gate right now, and it's gonna be Tumolung's Lawyer here. Lawyer rotating straight towards the back. We're gonna be still seeing what a Violetta is, but a Violetta versus a Lawyer, if you're able to find a Lawyer, you should be able to get a relatively fast 60-second down. Seems like for Lawyer here, he did bring Windows Speed Boost here as well instead of Flywheel. I mean, that's understandable to a point, but right now, as we do see here as well, still putting distance. Quenching effect is now ready, 50 seconds in towards the game, and we 100 web threads. Now, we shouldn't be too much worried about getting our first hit, because once again, it is still a Violetta, so that's a double speed boost there stacked and immediately rotating out with the catapults. But there is blink here though, so catching up with 60 web threads is more than enough. Just depends on how open this area is. Can we get the third one is the question. No, we got Silver just balling the face instead, and then being able to are we going to be able to get much here? Probably not. If we get a Palestine here, then the 60-second down you could say, but you could wave bye-bye to it by this point. We are going to be able to rotate back up straight towards 2-story right now. It does seem like the batter is going to stay nearby to become the escort here 24/7. That wasn't that much of a long stun, a little bit unfortunate, but it seems like we do want to go for batter right here. Batter could have vaulted over that, especially with the fact that blink has been used and the fact that he has rage on. But it does seem like Batter is gonna take 2 of the webs. He does move relatively slow right now, so even if you do decide to vault over that, it's almost a max presence Violetta here, which is the main issue too, I think. Now, vaulting over that wasn't that much of a bad idea. The only bad idea right now is should we come rescue or not, because the Cypher Machine, even if it's 2 minutes in, we did manage to destroy the catapults nearby, but YUY here has a huge chance of getting a double down here if we're not careful. Now, trying to get rid of this window, Batter having no items left on his hands, but there is Flywheel and Windows Speed Boost here, so we could potentially go for 1 rescue, but once again, the risk comes with double down. We didn't get a spit on. Okay, that's a no damage rescue. That's a no that we didn't get a spit on, but that's a no damage rescue. There is no room here for containment at all. So with Batter's side as well, being able to pick up a ball, but I feel like with this ball here, more or less, if we don't save it, if we use it now, then it simply just means that we're not wanting to rescue again. But I feel like they may actually get Mercy to come in again. They actually may do that. After Mercenary, well, it seems like Toy Merchant is finishing Mercenary Cypher Machine right now, but more or less, even if Mercy comes in, it's too dangerous, because it's either Mercy getting hit, and then Violetta using 1/2 webs to catch up immediately, or a teleportation Violetta here, 120 web threads. So more or less for survivors, it seems like they're going to be forced to rescue. It does seem like they're going to be forced to rescue, but whether or not this batter is going to be able to force Violetta with more webs from her cocoon, that's going to be a whole different story. We are going to be able to get a normal hit right there. Batter still trying to contain for as long as possible. That's going to be a mini pushback there. Meanwhile, Mercenary still standing behind. We do see 2 Cypher Machines at 60%, so with the rallying up here, it isn't that much of a bad idea, but it does seem like we are going to be able to get another pushback here. At least Mercenary, very beautiful body blocks right there, but sadly for Super Rich's side, we weren't able to get anything there. Now then, that's going to be Mercenary coming in with a body block. Mercenary wanting to block this pallet for as much as he can, but it does seem like Mercy will be chaired here instead. Then on towards the survivor side, we do need Nan to come in to rescue right now, but it seems like we're going to pop open the Cypher first and foremost. Whether that's a mistake or not, it's not. Well, whether that's a mistake pop or not, it doesn't change the outcome of this game right now. Everyone is pretty much nicely separated away from each other. They're not too close, neither are they too far away from the gate. But seeing from this side as well, after blink has been used, there is no teleport. So with the survivors here, everyone rushing out towards the exit gate. 60% web threads here. It depends on well, Toy Merchant has catapult, so we shouldn't be too worried about this right now. Toy Merchant, if she wants, she can actually just go upstairs and catapult there, but wait a second. Toy Merchant, Flywheel. Okay, that's a spit. That's not good. That's not good. Perhaps we should have waited a little bit longer instead of coming out. Ooh, Still a tie game, it does seem. Let's congratulate the tie here for Superich. Barely clutching the tie, moving on towards second half. Okay, moving on. Tien spawning by 2-story as well. We're going to be seeing the entomologist looking at where Night Watch is coming from, but it seems like for Endo here pulling the distance as well. So I think Endo actually got maximum and speed booster because that was within a range of Heartbeat, even though it does seem like it's quite big. AK meanwhile on the other hand hiding away from the hunter. It's not a bad place to crouch. But we do have quenching effect here, so if we do get found by the oh wait a second, I managed to hear something here, but it does seem like we're able to find where the pallet stun coming in here. Lovely stuff. But it is currently 40 seconds in towards the game, so AK knowing this as well. Whether AK guns here or not, we'll just see. Okay, we're gonna gun immediately, no excitement popping up. Probably thinks that this is going to be a teleportation maybe, or are we actually gonna go straight? We're gonna go straight towards the Cordy here, deciding not to change targets anymore, because Cordy at the end of the day is still Cordy. Meanwhile, seeing where Ento is, Ento was actually moving her bees, so right after moving the bees they're getting a free hit. That's overall fine, but right now though, getting rid of the bees does come with priority. We got double hits on towards the bees. That's kind of bad for entomologists right there. 2 hits on the bees isn't that much of a great idea, or is it 1 hit? I can't really see well right now. We're able to get the pallet speed boost, still trying to rotate away, but it does seem like we're going to go behind Hotel here, Tien, with another Typhoon. The footprints does seem a little bit confusing, I won't lie. The footprints does seem a little bit confusing, but we are going to be able to get back in here, successfully mind gaming the entomologist here, thankfully. But even with Ento here, getting it on bees, you still do get countered. It's very similar to everyone. Well, it's very similar to Weeping Clown and many of the other survivors that uses items to pull distance. It's just because, you know, Night Watch is such a nice counter to all of these distance pulling people. But we do see who do we do see? We do see Mercenary coming in right now, and also Female Dancer with a music box. There's 2 slow music boxes deployed out there. Whether it's a slow or a fast, we just have to see where it has been deployed. Because that, I think entomologist depends on the slow music boxes now for a very nice rebound kite. For GR to take this home, they have to win this. They can't tie this, or else we'll be moving on towards extra rounds. But for now, we're going to be seeing Mercenary coming in. Mercy gets a 1 normal hit right there. We are going to be seeing Ento once again pulling distance, but Ento's not going to get on bees because he doesn't think that. Well, it's understandable enough. Entomologist doesn't think that she'll pull enough distance with bees. There also isn't a coordinator with a gun anymore in this situation. So after forcing the gun there for Tien's side, I say Tien was very lucky that he was able to find Cordy. I think if it was anyone else, they wouldn't be able to find it. Even I wouldn't as well. I don't even think most people would. But with the last Cypher machine here, well, last 2 Cypher machines, only 50% remaining on both. Cordy decodes 25% slower, but Mercenary decodes 20% slower if I'm not wrong. Or is it also 25? That's a good question there. But Mercy can't actually go into rescue. That's simply because of the fact that Mercy will end up with a double down situation, which is not ideal for the survivors right now. For Tien himself, he wants to force the items away. He wants to force Cordy to rescue. Cordy not having tie turn here. The rally here depends on the most. We need to depend on the rally here the most. Gets it on towards Cordy, wanting a terror shock here, but it doesn't seem like that's possible here anymore. We are going to dash in here immediately. We do have Typhoon soon, but it does seem like we're able to hit on towards Entomologist. So the tie here is kind of guaranteed on Tien's side. We are going to be able to see at least a 3-man end game, but would this be a 3-man escape would be a whole different story. Then the Heart not being able to finish that Cypher machine because of the decoding debuff, and also with the fact that end game now, this is still a teleportation Night Watch. TP Night Watch only means 2 things, and the first thing is if we have more than enough stacks on our hands, even if we do pop the Cypher machine, as long as you can't contain more than 10 seconds, we can teleport immediately towards the other gate. Having more than enough stacks, there is a chance for 3-man illusion here for Tien, but for the Night Watch right now, we are able to get our first dash. We did not get anything there, which is a little bit unfortunate, but Harsh still hanging on by a thread. We're going to be able to vault over that, but right now, seeing that the other 2 survivors have actually healed up, no one was actually decoding just there. They have to prep for endgame. Cordy needs to go look for an item in chest. Never mind, Cordy cannot go look for an item in chest. Cordy has to go and rescue now. Or maybe Female Dance can just do that instead. Yeah, I think Female Dance can just do that instead. We do see that AK is going to finish off the 75% Cypher machine left by... No, we are not. We're going to be seeing the Female Dancer finishing off the Cypher. Never mind, they're not finishing off the 75% Cypher machine apparently. They're worried about teleport. I think that's, yeah, they're worried about teleport. That's what they're worried about. So that's understandable right now with the teleportation. They know it's a teleport 9 watch. They know that they cannot decode near that prime Cypher machine or else it's going to be really bad for him. We do have crows on Cordy, so the moment we find Cordy here, Cordy more or less, this could be a 3-man elimination team. It just depends on how you do it. It just depends on how you do it. We get the Typhoon attraction back. We're going to be able to vault over that, but breaking the pallet here comes with priority. You shouldn't be vaulting over that. You should be breaking that. Tien, you should break that, my friend. I feel like if you don't break that, it's going to be harder for you. We need a Typhoon here. Cordy, come back to me. Gets it hit on towards the coordinator right there. Cypher machine is currently prime. We do have 2 dashes, but 2 dashes here simply isn't enough because of the fact that you do still have animation right after dash. Gets it on towards coordinator. Cordy probably is a better choice there instead of a mercenary. Now, well, maybe not, but Cordy's the one without an item, so even if you do chase after the mercenary here, it's a 30-second tie turner time for the mercenary. Meanwhile, an elbow pad is also ready here as well. We're going to be able to elbow pad away and rotate straight towards the double pallet area, but Cordy is also nearby as well. Should we change targets for the Cordy now is the main question here on hand for T, and we are going to change targets for the coordinator, seeing where coordinator is right on the other side of the window. Cordy still trying to hang on by the piece of thread right now. We are going to charge attack it there. Charge. Okay, we're going to normal attack it, and we won't teleport. We will teleport immediately. Okay, a little bit risky, but female dancer, slow music, fast music box, but also at the same time, female dancer can do 2 ballets in this area. That's going to be first ballet. We're not going to do the second ballet just yet, but this is quite a little bit of a steady dancer because of the fast music box right now. Jesus, fast music box is quite underrated, isn't it? But we are able to get a hit there, which is a little bit unfortunate. Still getting a hit registered here. Cordy having flywheel though, 87% self-heal rate. Now then, this is going to be a tie game, so we'll be moving on towards extra rounds right now. Let's congratulate G or for the tie, moving on towards extra rounds.